Hey y'all, it's me, Michael Mitchell, back with another YouTube video. The topic of my video is Fat Joe is miseducated on hip hop. So no further ado, here I go. Let's do this. I watched a video about Fat Joe saying he was on a podcast with Mad something. I really don't watch Mad, whatever his name is. I really don't watch his podcast because the only podcast I did watch was Shannon Sharp when when he was talking with Cat Williams on his podcast, saying that people are gonna get exposed. That was the only podcast I did watch. But I don't watch too many podcasts on social media like that. So, because certain people who make podcasts say a lot of things, say a lot of weird things out of pocket, say a lot of disrespectful things out of pocket. I just don't watch them. So, Fat Joe was on a podcast with Mad something, whatever his name is, saying something about the Puerto Ricans started hip hop. And I looked at Fat Joe kind of odd, like, dude, who the hell are you even talking to? Who the hell are you talking to? What are you talking about? Hip hop is a black music format. Yes, Puerto Ricans were a part of hip hop, but they didn't start it hip hop. Hip hop is a black music format, but it's integrated. Everybody can get on. Everybody can be a rapper in the hip hop industry. It started in the Bronx, in the neighborhood in the Bronx, block party in the Bronx. There were no Puerto Rican rappers in the 80s that were rapping at the time. You had 80s rappers like Cool G Rap, LL Cool J, Run DMC, Grandmaster Cash, Melly Mel, Africa Bambaataa, MC Light, Roxanne Shante, Slick Rick, Dougie Fresh, the Fat Boys, Curtis Blow, Spoonie G. A lot of people don't even know who Spoonie G is. How can you say you love hip hop but you don't know who these people are? Grandmaster Flash, the BC Boys, the first white Jewish boys from Brooklyn, jump on the hip hop bandwagon. And they were the first Jewish boys from Brooklyn became rappers in the early 80s. So they're legends. Kid and Play. I could go on. Puerto Rican rappers didn't came in the hip hop in the 80s. They started off in the early 90s. So I don't know what Fat Joe is talking about. And he mentioned something about the FBA calling them broke. Like, dude, saying they're racist and broke. Like, Fat Joe, why you sound like a female? The only gender I hear that say things like that is females. Fat Joe, you sound like a female. You sound like a female when you say things like that, dude. You need to watch what you say when you're on these podcasts. and to talk about black folks gatekeeping hip hop, which is a good idea because you really got to gatekeep hip hop so people don't take hip hop for granted. I'm starting seeing a lot of people be taking hip hop for granted, and Fat Joe didn't like black people black people starting to gatekeep hip hop. It does not have nothing to do with being racist. It's about gatekeeping the culture. Hip hop is the culture, and people. And the only reason why black folks should gatekeep hip hop so people don't take hip people don't take people don't take hip hop for granted. And I think that when Fat Joe say that Puerto Rico started hip hop, I mean, when I watched this, while seeing this on social media, I started thinking in my mind, did he really say this? Do you really think this? Oh my lord, Fat Joe, and I'm starting to, one thing about the black community, they be letting a lot of people slide when they use N word, and they started to get real upset when Fat Joe used the N word right now. And I started to look at it. I started to look at the black community kind of odd and hypocritical. Now you got a problem with Fat Joe saying the N word, but when he was using the N word throughout all his albums, throughout all his songs, it wasn't a problem. Now you got a problem now. My thing is this: the black community. If you got a problem with Fat Joe using the N word, you should be using the N word as well. Remember what that man said to Cecil on The Butler? The N word is full of hate. And now y'all trying to take it and flip it and say, and trying to say that using the N word is a term of endearment. Who told you that? You sound uneducated right now. And the black community started to come off as hypocritical. It started to get very upset when Fat Joe used the N word, saying broke N words. Like, really? It wasn't. Y'all didn't have a problem with him saying the N word throughout his music. Now it's a problem now. Hypocrites, in my opinion. I'm saying some black people who got a problem with Fat Joe using the N word. I call some of the black folks in the black community hypocrites. It's a problem now, so I don't know what's going on. But I think that Fat Joe is miseducated on hip hop. Puerto Ricans then came to the rap games in the early 80s. They came into the hip hop game in the early 90s with, well, it's a few Puerto Rican rappers, but it's not that many. But they came into the rap game in the early 90s, not in the early 80s, in the early 90s. They were a part of hip hop, but they were a part of it, but they did not create it. Hip hop is a black music format, but it's integrated. But hip hop is a black music format, but it's not segregated. It's integrated. Everybody can get on it. Black rappers, Puerto Rican rappers, Mexican rappers, white rappers, Jewish rappers, Asian rappers. It's a black music form. It's an integrated black music format. But I think, well, I think Fat Joe is big boy mad because black folks are gatekeeping hip hop, and I feel like he is miseducated on hip hop with this whole culture vulture thing, and I don't understand what this culture vulture thing is. People are using when people are doing these podcasts about hip hop, they like to use this term culture vulture. I don't know what they're going with this, but I gotta do my research on this culture vulture stuff just to be more educated on it. But I think it's good that black folks are gatekeeping hip hop because they don't want to see hip hop being taken advantage of, because people are starting to take hip hop and use it for their benefits, just to get them just to get their career started, just to get their careers blown up. But they hip hop needs to be gatekeep. You can't just be in this rap game and use it for your benefits just to get yourself noticed more in the rap game. But I think I think Fat Joe needs to be more careful about what he say in these podcasts about Puerto Ricans started hip hop. No, they did not, sir. Hip hop is still a integrated black music format. I'm, to me, Fat Joe is a guest in hip hop. Yes, he is, because you are in the rap game. You are a rapper in a black music format, which is integrated, but it's not segregated. It's integrated. But you are a guest in hip hop. So is Eminem. So are all these white rappers too. But I think Fat Joe needs to watch what he say and stop saying things like Puerto Ricans started hip hop. No, they did not, sir. There you go, there you go, being miseducated. I think he needs to be more educated about who started hip hop, who created it, and be thankful that you are a legend in the rap game, because you wouldn't be a legendary rapper if it wasn't for hip hop, sir. We we create hip hop, not you. Cause back in the day, Puerto Ricans wasn't even interested in hip hop. They were fans of it, but they were a part of it. Most I don't know how many Puerto Ricans that still listen to hip hop to this day. Cause I'm not from New York. I'm from Dallas, Texas, but I don't know too many Puerto Ricans that still listen to hip hop. I thought they'd be more like reggaeton. Listen to more reggaeton. I don't know. They still listen to hip hop. I don't know. It's it's all about what they listen to more, what they don't listen to more. You know what I mean? But I think Fat Joe need to issue an apology for what he said, because he did rub some people the wrong way when he say Puerto Ricans started hip hop. No, they did not. They are guests in hip hop just like the white rappers are. But I think Fat Joe needs to be more educated about what he says. But that's all I have to say about the situation. This is your boy Michael Mitchell, back with another YouTube video. And I will be back with another YouTube video. So stay tuned and happy holidays, and please be safe. God bless y'all. And remember the motto, Team Positive.